All right, so today we're diving into something that's really kind of grabbed our attention.
Yeah.
It's this message, right? And it's supposedly from the Pleiadians. Now we're working with Annie Robbins's interpretation here.
Oh,
And what's really fascinating is that this isn't just some general message for everybody.
right.
This is like specifically aimed at those of us who are like, over 40.
Yeah, over 40. Interesting.
So what we want to do in this deep dive is kind of unpack why
Okay. Why us?
is this message, supposedly just for this like age group and stage of life, and what is it really saying?
Yeah, get to the heart of it.
Exactly. So we're going to be looking at excerpts from what we're calling pasted text, just for clarity.
Makes sense.
And this text is, where all these ideas are laid out. And ultimately what we want to do is help you listening right now
Yeah, help the listener.
understand what this might actually mean for you.
Yeah.
Especially like given where you are in life and any changes you might be feeling or sensing right now.
Yeah. I like it. Let's jump in.
All right, let's do it.
So one thing that really struck me right off the bat is how this text is like presenting this message as like divinely timed.
Oh, interesting. Divinely timed.
Yeah, like it's coming to you specifically at the right time.
Okay.
So it suggests that, while the Pleiadians are, I guess, constantly communicating, individuals over 40 were somehow more ready
Yeah.
to receive these messages now.
Okay, why? Why is that?
Well, it brings up this idea that, real understanding, deep understanding, comes when we're actually prepared for it.
Right.
Like there's a certain evolution to our, to our ability to actually grasp these, like, bigger truths.
That's a good point.
And this age group has supposedly hit that point.
Yeah, it's not just about the message being out there. It's like you, the listener, you being ready to actually hear it,
Right.
It's fascinating.
Your ears have to be ready to hear it.
And the text really emphasizes that your soul has been on this journey, right?
This whole journey leading up to now.
And that increased clarity,
Right.
perspective.
Which often comes with age,
Supposedly, right.
Right.
That those things are actually like
The key,
crucial, to this spiritual awakening.
it's like a cosmic curriculum or something.
Right. It's almost like, there's like different stages to it.
And if you look at this bigger picture that they're painting here,
Yeah.
it does kind of point to this notion of like a soul's individual timeline
Individual time.
for growth. The text actually mentions this sacred map
Oh, sake of map.
that our souls are following, a kind of underlying blueprint
A blueprint. Right.
for our lives.
Right, right.
And what they're implying is that for those who are past 40, certain markers on this map, they're being activated.
They're lighting up.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's described as a tipping point
Okay.
where our spirit is basically signaling that we've reached this like new level of understanding.
I like that tipping point,
Yeah.
which actually connects to this feeling that many of us, I think over 40 have, of like something changing. Oh, yeah.
It's subtle, right?
Subtle. Yeah. Very
The text talks about this quiet shift
in the background,
happening in the background
humming along.
that you might initially just kind of brush off.
Yeah.
And it's there. And I think that's something that resonates with me.
Yeah, yeah.
It's also interesting how the Pleiadians are presented here as communicating in a way that resonates with our feeling
Our feelings, our intuition.
rather than just like pure logic.
Interesting. Not just the head, but the heart, too.
Yeah. And that really ties into this whole idea of emotional wisdom
Oh.
that the text is emphasizing.
Okay.
It seems to say that at this stage, all those life experiences we've racked up,
Decades of them.
they actually cultivate this deeper kind of understanding that that goes beyond just intellectual reasoning.
Beyond the mind.
Yeah, it's like we've learned to feel our way towards certain truths
Feel it.
that we maybe couldn't grasp when we were younger,
When we're younger, yeah.
when we were just trying to figure it all out, up here.
Heady, yeah. And they use this image of like walking through the fire.
Oh, yeah, that's a powerful one.
That really stuck with me. They're suggesting that all those challenges we've faced, the losses, the questions, the heartbreaks, the big things,
The stuff that life throws at you.
they're not just random hardships.
No.
They've actually contributed to
A deeper maturity.
a deeper maturity, a soul maturity.
Yeah, like our hearts have been cracked open.
Yeah.
Just enough to actually receive these higher truths.
It's almost like it reframes those hard times, doesn't it?
It does. It does.
Not as obstacles, but as like preparation.
Yeah, essential preparation.
Yeah,
It makes you think about it differently, right?
it does. It does.
all those complex things in life, it forces us to really confront
Yeah.
our illusions, our assumptions.
Yeah.
And that process, as painful as it can be,
It can be.
it's also incredibly liberating.
It is. You come out the other side different.
You shed those superficial beliefs, those things you thought you knew,
Right. Yeah.
and it opens you up to something much deeper.
Yeah.
And this message, it becomes like a beacon,
A beacon. Yeah.
especially for those who might, think that their most purposeful years are behind them.
Yeah. I can see that.
Like,
Yeah.
no, this is just the beginning.
Right. It's not over.
It's a remembering
Of something deeper.
Yeah, your soul's mission, your true purpose.
I like that. So this idea of a soul awakening timeline after 40.
Yeah.
I mean, the test keeps coming back to this sacred map idea.
Sacred map. Yeah.
It's kind of comforting, isn't it?
It is.
That there's some kind of inherent order to our lives.
Even if we don't always see it. Yeah.
Right, even if we don't always see it.
Yeah.
And the idea that these deeper levels of awakening are specifically like timed.
Time. Yeah.
First, after 40, it really challenges how we usually think about, youth and potential.
It does. What's interesting here is how they describe a shift in focus.
Okay,
A shift. So that noise of youthful ambition,
right.
that's driving us in those younger years.
Oh, that's striving.
It starts to quiet down.
Okay.
It creates space for the whispers of your soul,
The whispers of your soul.
that inner guidance to finally be heard.
To finally be heard.
Yeah, it's a really interesting take on aging, isn't it?
It is.
That while our bodies, our physical bodies, yeah, they might show time.
They do. They show the wear and tear.
But our spirit, according to this message, it actually starts to shine even brighter.
Oh, I like that. And that links into this whole concept of the energetic body
Okay.
unfolding in layers.
Unfolding.
Okay, after 40, the text mentions these codes that were
Right.
somehow locked away.
Locked away, okay.
And they only become accessible, it seems, as we live, as we gain experience, as our hearts become more open.
Interesting. Like we've got this potential inside us
Yeah.
that needs time to mature.
Yeah, that only really matures with age.
It's like vintage wine or something.
Exactly.
This idea of light codes being revealed.
Yeah,
That's really intriguing, isn't it?
it is. It is.
And they propose that wisdom acts as a kind of key.
Okay. Wisdom is the key.
It softens the ego, that part of us that's driven by, self-preservation,
Right, the me first.
me first,
Mhm.
limited perspectives.
Yeah.
And it strengthens the heart, which
Well.
they see as, the center of intuition, of higher knowing.
Right.
So this phase after 40, it's not a decline, they say.
Not a decline.
It's a soul's sunrise.
Oh, a new beginning.
A new dawn.
That's lovely. So that gives context to those urges that so many of us feel, over 40.
Oh, yeah.
Like a desire for big change,
Right.
a pull to explore new things, even a need for more solitude,
Face.
more space.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the text frames this as our spirit's way of responding to this ancient agreement.
Of this agreement.
To awaken at this specific time. And it's powerful to think, isn't it, that we chose this?
We chose this.
Before we were even born.
Like with precision, they say. Great precision.
With precision, wow.
Which brings us to this cosmic contract.
Oh, yeah, the contrast.
The contract.
Yeah.
So they suggest that our souls actually chose the trajectory
The whole path.
of our lives, taking into account this much larger
Cosmic.
timeline.
Okay.
So being over 40 during what they describe as Earth's ascension.
Oh, right.
It's not a coincidence.
Not by chance.
It's a deliberate choice. A volunteer role
A volunteer role, wow.
to bring wisdom, patience, clarity
Oh, those are needed.
to a time of huge planetary transformation.
So it's like we're here for a reason. So age isn't just about the years, right?
No, it's more than that.
It's about the energy we carry, the frequency,
The frequency, yeah.
as the text puts it,
Yeah.
and the frequency of being 40 plus.
It's special.
It's special.
It holds a unique power, they say.
Oh, what kind of power?
The power of reflection, inner transformation,
Okay, I can feel that.
and a mastery that comes from having
But that
lived.
experience, yeah.
Exactly. We're the ones, they say, entrusted with carrying these light codes forward.
Even when the world might have forgotten them.
And what they emphasize here is the power of simply being present.
Okay, just being.
Yeah, our presence. They say that restoring balance to the planet,
Right.
it doesn't come from, like, big actions, grand gestures.
Not about forcing things.
No, it's about who we are,
Okay, how we show up.
the way we are, our awareness, our choices, how we embody love.
It's subtle but powerful.
It is. And they present this stage of life not as a winding down,
Right, not the end.
but as a beginning,
Of something new.
a divine role,
Oh, a divine role.
turning inward, connecting with that deeper self.
While everyone else is busy with the outside world.
Distracted, exactly.
So it's like the return of the elder soul.
It is, where that inherent wisdom becomes our guide.
And every step we take
Every step
impacts more than we can even see.
ripples out beyond our perception.
And this ties into such an interesting concept that our DNA holds a starseed memory.
Oh, yeah. This is fascinating.
The text talks about this light-coded DNA existing underneath our physical structure, like a quantum storage bank.
Like a hidden library.
Right, filled with echoes of past experiences.
From other lifetimes.
Maybe even from other star systems.
Wow, that's huge.
It's a lot to take in.
It is.
And apparently, those of us over 40 were more likely to have this activated.
Okay, why is that?
Well, if you think about it, we know about epigenetics now, right?
Right.
How our experiences can actually change our genes.
We can switch things on and off.
So maybe it's similar here.
Like life experiences activating these deeper memories.
That's what they seem to be suggesting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And what they emphasize is the link between the soul's wisdom.
Which, takes time to develop.
It takes time.
Yeah.
And the potential for unlocking this deeper memory.
Like it goes hand in hand.
Hand in hand. And it's not presented as, like, science fiction.
No, not fantasy.
It's an ancient truth, they say.
Okay.
And those feelings of connection to the stars.
Yeah, those moments where you look up and you feel something.
Yeah, that sense of familiarity with cosmic imagery.
Maybe it's not random.
They say it could be our starseed memory.
Coming online.
Waking up.
And the text assures us this is not just us, making stuff up.
Not our imagination.
Right. They call them downloads.
Downloads, okay.
There's fragments of truth triggered by things like, music that moves you deeply.
Oh, music.
A vivid dream.
Dreams, yeah.
Or deja vu.
Like little nudges.
Like our inner guidance system is gently guiding us towards this forgotten home.
Reminding us.
And it's like, our DNA is this incredible divine technology.
Divine technology.
Just waiting for the right switch to be flipped.
Amazing.
Oh.
And according to the text, the Pleiadians, they actually use specific frequencies.
Okay, frequently.
Energetic frequencies to activate this inner knowing.
Oh.
Yeah, those surges of emotion that seem to come out of nowhere.
Oh, yeah, those waves.
Those incredibly vivid dreams, those synchronicities.
Just synchronicities. Yeah.
They're not random, they say.
They're not just chance.
It's communication.
Communication.
From them to us, a nudge to ourselves.
To wake up.
To awaken.
And as this memory starts to stir, our whole perspective changes.
And shifts.
We're not just individuals anymore.
No, we're souls with a galactic heritage.
It's a lot to wrap your head around, but it's exciting. Now, this idea of time,
Time, yeah.
they present this image of time as a spiral.
Okay, spiral, not linear.
Not a straight line, but a spiral. And for those of us over 40,
Okay.
we've reached a specific point on the spiral.
One point on the spiral, okay?
Where the cosmic timing
The big picture timing.
aligns with our soul's mission.
They call it the golden cross point.
The golden cross point. I like that.
And what's crucial here is how they reframe that feeling of urgency.
Oh, the urgency. Many of us feel that.
Yeah, that pressure that a lot of people over 40 feel.
Like time is running out.
Like we're running out of time.
Yeah.
They're saying, no, that's not it. It's not stress.
Okay.
It's alignment.
Alignment.
It's the universe synchronizing things in your life
Oh, wow.
to support your next steps.
Amazing.
They call it a divine architecture unfolding.
Beautiful. So instead of feeling like we're racing against the clock
Yeah.
after 40,
Right.
we're actually invited to see time as an ally.
Working with us.
Working with us, yes.
Not against us.
And every moment holds more meaning now because we've lived.
We've got the experience.
We have the experience, yeah.
Infused with purpose.
Exactly. And it becomes less about reacting to life.
Right.
And more about creating.
Creating our reality.
Yes.
And the cosmic clock is ticking with us, not against us.
It's a beautiful image.
It is. It's very empowering.
Yeah.
And this leads us to Earth's own energetic shifts.
Oh, right. The planet itself is changing.
Right. Changing, yeah. You talk about the Schumann resonance.
Which, remind me again?
The Earth's electromagnetic frequency, basically, of
Okay.
the atmosphere. And they say this frequency is changing,
So it's shifting.
shifting. And our own frequencies need to recalibrate.
To adjust to matching.
Response, yeah.
Yeah.
This energetic rise. It's like a planetary awakening.
It's like the whole Earth is waking up.
Waking up. And we need to listen to our inner voice.
To navigate it. And again, those of us over 40, we're in a unique position, right?
Yeah.
Because we remember how things used to be.
That older, maybe more stable energy.
Yeah.
But we've also learned to adapt.
We've learned to adapt. Yeah.
Over the years.
Yeah.
So we can kind of bridge those two worlds.
It's almost like a responsibility.
It is a responsibility.
So those feelings, that tiredness.
Oh, yeah?
That some of us feel, the emotional sensitivity, the reflection.
Maybe it's not just aging.
What are they saying it is?
They're calling it frequency friction.
Our spirits recalibrating to match Earth's vibration.
Wow. But the key here is that this discomfort.
Because it can be uncomfortable.
It can be, yeah. They say it's sacred.
It's sacred, okay.
It's a sign we're releasing old patterns, old energies.
Things that don't serve us anymore.
Exactly, that no longer fit with this upgraded energy grid.
So it's not falling apart. It's more like...
It's a rewiring.
A rewiring.
A spiritual rewiring.
Mm-hmm.
And our awareness...
How we choose to see things.
Our choices, our breath, our thoughts.
That becomes the key.
The key to grounding this upgrade.
Aligning with the Earth's new rhythm.
And becoming co-creators.
Co-creators, wow.
In this transformation.
It's interesting how they then highlight those Pleiadian light codes.
Light codes, yeah.
In ordinary life, you know.
Not just the big dramatic stuff.
Right.
But the everyday.
It's in the details.
It is.
And they say these messages are encoded in things like symbols that catch our eye.
Symbols, yeah.
Music that really resonates.
Oh, music, always.
Synchronicities, even those quiet moments.
The quiet moments, yeah, the stillness. And what's so significant here is how accessible it all is.
It's all around us.
It's woven into our everyday lives.
Right, not hidden away.
No, it's the beauty we see, the art that moves us.
Those chance encounters.
Exactly.
That feeling of being drawn to certain shapes.
Shapes, colors, maybe a sudden interest in something new.
Like ancient languages or something.
Yeah, or those waves of emotion that come out of nowhere.
Like a sudden wave of joy or sadness.
They say these are activations.
Activations.
Yeah, stirring those dormant codes within us.
And what about that urge to follow a song?
A song.
Or a scent, a memory.
Like a thread back in time.
Like a thread, right.
Yeah, they say it's not just nostalgia.
It's something deeper.
We're responding to something ancient, something intentional.
Those codes are like triggers.
To remember
who we truly are.
Yeah, our blueprint.
Our blueprint, wow.
And those moments of awe.
Awe, yeah.
Peace, sudden clarity.
When it feels like the world just stops for a second.
They say those are moments of light code contact.
Like a direct message.
A reminder that the divine is all around us.
In the everyday.
And through those moments, our soul awakens. And they talk about the pineal gland.
The pineal gland.
Often called the seat of the soul, the third eye.
Oh, right. I've heard of that.
They describe it as a quantum antenna.
Wow.
And after 40, especially if we're doing emotional work.
Therapy, you mean? Or
yeah, or deep reflection, spiritual exploration.
Okay.
This gland, it starts to activate, they say.
It wakes up.
Becomes the crystalline eye.
So it's like our ability to see beyond the physical world.
Yeah, beyond the surface.
Beyond limitations, into the essence of things.
It starts to come back online.
It's like regaining a sense we lost.
Exactly.
And our dreams might get more vivid.
Yeah.
More symbolic.
We might start to sense other people's intentions more clearly.
And they say this isn't just wishful thinking, it's an actual shift.
As the pineal gland clears from, calcification. It might have built up over the years.
And how do we clear it?
Spiritual practices, they say. Time in nature, or simply intention.
Wow, just setting the intention.
And what's powerful here is the idea that the pineal gland, it's like a portal.
For those downloads we talked about.
Exactly, for the Pleiadians to communicate directly with our consciousness.
Direct communication, wow.
And this awakening, they say it doesn't need to be a struggle.
Okay.
It's about stillness.
Just being quiet.
Yeah, in those quiet spaces between thoughts.
I can see that.
That's where the pineal gland speaks.
And they say those over 40 are more receptive.
More receptive because of our wisdom and our ability to be still.
So if we ignore those nudges, those flashes of insight, those little flickers of light.
We're missing the message.
A message from the pineal gland, from higher realms.
We're missing the signs from the universe.
Now, this leads to a really fascinating reinterpretation of the body.
Okay, the body as we age.
Yeah, after 40. Instead of seeing it as, declining,
Yeah, breaking down.
they present it as refining,
Refining.
evolving into this multi-dimensional instrument,
More tuned in.
energetically receptive to subtle energies.
Like a fine-tuned instrument. And it changes how we see those aches and pains.
The stiffness, the creaks.
Yeah, it's not a flaw, they say.
Not a breakdown.
It's a recalibration.
The body adjusting to the soul's frequency.
And those changes in what our bodies need.
Different foods, more rest.
And maybe wanting to move in new ways.
They say those are signals, aren't they?
Signals to align with our soul's path. And even small adjustments
In how we care for ourselves.
can lead to big awakenings.
Wow, that's encouraging.
It is. And they call the 40-plus body a sacred instrument.
Oh, I like that.
Relearning to play this divine music
Beautiful.
and embracing those changes.
Not resisting them.
It's like spiritual engineering.
Our hands, our breath,
Our spine, skin, heartbeat.
all become tools for ascension.
The body becomes a gateway to the stars.
And what about those repeating patterns we see in our lives?
Oh, the patterns, yeah.
Those mistakes we keep making? That feeling of painful familiarity?
Like we've been here before.
Yeah, they say those aren't just bad habits, they're echoes.
Echoes from past lives.
Soul memories surfacing as we mature.
And these patterns, they can be emotional loops.
Like the same arguments over and over?
Relationship dynamics that repeat.
Those fears that keep coming up?
They say these are unfinished lessons.
Not punishments.
No, lessons from the soul's journey.
And they get louder after 40.
Because our soul trusts us to handle them. Those arguments we keep having.
Same job, different company.
Attracting the same kind of partner. But it never works out.
They say those are fragments.
From past lives.
Rising to the surface.
To be healed. They say life speaks in symbols.
Could get our attention.
Reminding us of unfinished contracts.
And deja vu, it's not just a glitch in the matrix.
It's a spiritual doorway.
To those past
And
experiences.
sometimes in meditation or dreams,
Those past lives might show themselves.
in images, emotions,
Mm.
sensations.
Not to haunt us, but to free us.
The key, they say, is to ask, what are these patterns teaching me?
What am I meant to learn?
And when we break free from those loops
We heal the past and the present.
and rewrite our soul's timeline.
Now, the text talks about this energy gate of 44.
Energy gate of 44, okay?
Sounds intense.
They say it's a spiritual threshold, an energetic gateway
That opens around that age.
in the human timeline, specifically. And they emphasize that it's about resonance, not just numerology.
It's just the number itself.
No, it's a signal of activation.
Alignment with our higher purpose.
And around 44, our soul's energy, it emits a new frequency,
And how does that feel?
often felt in the heart, they say. That restlessness, questioning your job, your beliefs, your relationships.
It's common around that age, isn't it?
It is. And they're saying it's not a
It's
crisis.
not a midlife crisis.
It's a midlife awakening
an invitation
from the energy gate. Vivid dreams, angelic signs, synchronicities.
all around 44.
It's the universe knocking, saying, pay attention.
And what are we meant to do?
Choose, they say.
Choose what?
Resist the old or step through the gate
Into our true selves.
into our divine nature. If you're near 44 or past it,
Yeah.
pause, listen, observe.
The subtle nudges
They're guiding you.
to the light you were born to carry. And it seems like all this leads to this idea of a soul contract.
A contract, yeah.
To awaken now at this time.
They say it was made before we were born.
Our soul, with guides and teachers, reviewed this lifetime.
Every moment chosen with intention.
So this awakening isn't an accident.
They're saying everything is going right.
Even when it feels hard.
Even then,
Because the contract is about growth.
it's about learning, expanding.
Those hardships, those delays,
They're all part of it. Everyone we meet
plays a role.
guides us to this moment.
And chaos.
Often means we're on.